Woo. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
we're
not there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made
up.
up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner, where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
With James Kirkland. Powerful and provocative. Prophetic and practical. Informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do. Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
What's up? What it do? Time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland. Had my music start late. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll take the responsibility. What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? Getting ready to start this brand new series entitled Show Us How to Date You. I'm so excited tonight because I have a couple of ladies who have come on and they are going to tell us their idiosyncrasies and their proclivities as it relates to dating. And we're going to have a nice, thoughtful conversation. And I'm looking forward to it. If you are in the chat, do me a favor right now. Go ahead and share this video. Let's get some people get some men in the conversation, get some women in the conversation, and we can share ideas. This is a safe space. Grown-up talk, grown folks talk, and we're good. Let me bring my guest in now. I have one first, Coy. Hey, honey.
Hi. Hey,
How you
James.
doing?
Hey, everybody. I'm
doing
well.
okay?
How are you doing?
Good.
I'm
If you're in the
good.
chat, say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. Put hashtag live. Let me know you're listening live. Hold on, I got one more person to bring in. Miss Ivy. How you doing, Ivy?
I'm good. Hey, everybody.
All right, good. We got Ivy and we have Coy. Like I said, if we have any background music or whatever sound, let's turn that down and let's get this thing going. Let me turn this music off so that I can listen. It'll put me to sleep. I can listen to it all day. This is my original music. Okay, here we go. Boom. Dang, it seemed like such a letdown when I turned it off. Okay, I'm back now. Hey, how y'all doing? What's up, Coy? How was your day?
I had a wonderful day. Thank you, James. I
All
appreciate
right.
that.
Somebody said good evening, Arkansas. Who is it? I missed that. Who is that? Said good evening, Arkansas. Chandra Young is listening. Latoya Haney is listening. Laurie Williams, Kalisha Aubrey, Kawana Yance. All you all, let's listen. What's going on? It's a good show tonight. I'm excited. Like I said, we're going to get this show started. Corey, we talked earlier, and you asked me a specific question. You asked me why I was doing this. You asked me what was my motivation, and I told you at that moment that part of my issue was that we stumble, Ivy, I believe, over simplicity. I believe we are affected by so many outside entities that don't want the Black family to survive, don't want us to thrive. They want to kill it so they can mess us up where we can't even, some of us aren't even getting to the plate. You know what I'm saying? We get messed up in the approach. You know what I'm saying? And so what I wanted to do was, this is my feeble effort, if you will, to trying to build community. Because if we can figure out how to shed light on the pathway where men and women can figure out how to communicate with each other, stop stumbling over simplicity, stop creating narratives that keep us divided. Who cares if it's 50-50? You know what I'm saying? And if 50-50 works for you, you do that. Do what works for you. But while we're stumbling over simplicity, and I purposely played that video in the beginning, and those of you all who didn't see it, I played the video that went viral last week about the young lady who the gentleman was taking her out to eat at Cheesecake Factory, and she went live on TikTok and started saying, Coy, let me get your assessment on that. What do you think, Coy? How did she respond? Hey, what's up, Sue-Ann? Go ahead.
How did she respond? Poorly.
No, hold on, time out. Before that, I don't want to bash her as a person.
Right.
Okay, I don't want to bash how she looks or what, because I saw people talk about her edges and all this. I don't care about all that.
And
I want to talk about the mannerism.
So
mannerism.
That wasn't the point. But I think she responded poorly, but she's entitled to what she wants and what her standards are. I don't agree with how she responded. There's a way to do things, I think, but she had high expectations. My only thinking is, if her expectations are there, can she reciprocate? So I mean, she probably could, the way she was talking, but I mean, he was willing to do that. But like he said, hey, you said we're not at that relationship level where I can come into your apartment. So would I look like spending this amount of money on you at a nice place? What's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? I don't think anything's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. It's a restaurant. Yes, it's a chain restaurant. I don't do chains, but ain't nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, the average person is going to be able to go to the Cheesecake Factory, and they got a lot on their encyclopedia of a menu. So if I want Cheesecake Factory, I'll order it to go. But hey, I'm not opposed to somebody saying, "Hey, I'm taking you to the Cheesecake Factory." I'm gonna go for it. I wouldn't take myself there.
Did you see the video, Ivy?
I saw parts of it.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I actually have experienced that with somebody, and my it's one thing to have a standard for it, but I guess just her delivery of it just was real bad.
But if y'all heard him in the video, when they sat in the car, he said, "You see this? I had a reservation where you wanted to go, but you were an hour late, and you being an hour late made us miss our reservation." Now, me, James H. Kirkland II, I was sitting down in the parking lot. Ain't happening. I'd have been gone. She'd have came downstairs. There would have been nothing but an oil stain wherever that car was. Because I promise you, there's no way I would have sat there and waited for an hour. But I think there was so much wrong. He was a man in that one. I got to give it to him. He said, "You want to talk about it?" Sure, I'll talk about
class.
it. Yeah, he had class.
He had class.
Man. And subliminally, any brother that watched that video, or man that watched that video, I'm sorry, But anyway, anybody that watched that video, a man that watched that video, he learns how to treat a lady or a woman in that instance. Now, she might not have carried herself like a lady in that, because those are the struggles, in my opinion, that keep us from getting to where we want to be in dating. Corey, I remember one time, because we've done this series before, and it was actually doing pretty good in the past, and I stopped it like a dummy. But I remember Corey telling me one time she had this gentleman take her out to dinner, and he asked, stop, Corey. He asked several times. He asked her, what kind of restaurants you like, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm telling your story, Corey. I'm sorry, but let me tell it fast.
It's okay,
so anyway,
James.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, what's up, Joe Laville? How you doing?
Hey, Joe.
But so anyway, the gentleman asked Corey if she, what kind of restaurant she liked. She gave him a couple of restaurants. Now me, I didn't used to be like this. I'm kind of a dinosaur. I'm old school, but I would have gone to the website, pulled up the menu, saw what I'm dealing with. He took her to one of her favorite restaurants. The bill was a little bit more than he had, and he started sweating. If the bill was 160, he had a hot 120. That's what he said. He said, I got 120 for you. And then Corey ended up having to pay the rest of the bill, and then they went their separate ways, But me personally, before I go to a restaurant, I would have pulled up a menu or something. You know what I'm saying? So I know, because if I see that entrees are $60, and I'm gonna assume she might drink 2 drinks. 60 times 2, that's 120. If 2 drinks cost $15 a piece, then that's another 30 plus 30 is 60. So we had 180. We had tip is 20%. So that's another 36. We had 216. And if she just so happened to want appetizers and a dessert, then we had 250. You know what I mean? Best point blank. So I got to make sure I'm prepared for that, right? Or I need to make a business decision. When I see that this is the type of woman I'm dealing with, then I might need to gracefully bow out and say, I'm an Applebee's type dude. I'm not a, Marcel's or another, what's Keith Raspin Steakhouse. I'm not that guy. You understand what I'm saying? So part of my process in doing this show is to let people know the differences in what type of women are available. So, Ivy, you have any stories you want to tell us? Do you have anything similar to that has happened in the past?
Well, I haven't had it happen to me, but I did recently go on a date with a guy who told me about a young lady that he went on a date with, and he met her, I guess, at like a bowling alley at her job, and said, I'm gonna show you around Atlanta. He said, okay, cool. He takes her out, shows her around Atlanta, says we're gonna go to dinner. She tells him, well, I only go to 5-star restaurants. I don't go to Longhorn. And he was just like, Well, how do you go to 5-star restaurants but you busting tables at the bowling alley? I kind of got offended just because I feel like you was work bashing her. I mean, if that's her preference, that's her preference. But I really feel like maybe y'all should have discussed that in the beginning, if that's where, you know, the type of female you taking out. Sometimes that's the mistake we make. You know, you don't know who you're going out with, and you feel like you want to be top class, and you don't realize you're not with a top class type of dude.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ivy. You're not with a top class type of dude, and if you're not a top class type of dude, it's okay. It's really
Right.
okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pay what you weigh. Stay in your lane. Do what you do. It's certain people I'm not even gonna ask out because I know what they want, and I'm not ready to give that shit. You know what I'm saying? Every woman that I meet, I ain't gonna now. Let me just say this. Let me put this caveat out there. There are some women that I might meet that I would go to a 5-star restaurant with on the first date, but that's a certain type woman. And I'm not, and I hope y'all not taking it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But some women satisfy easier than other women satisfy. You know what I'm saying? And men will go out of their way and do what they want for who they want to do it for. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You mean if he ain't doing it for you, he don't like you.
I think that's why the particular guy that you spoke about was like, hey, what you want? Whatever you want. I want to do dinner. I want to do movie. I'm like, are you sure? Yes, just tell me where you want to go. I'll give you 3 options. Okay, well, this is where I like to go. We don't have to go here, but this is where I like to go. Are you sure? He was like, yeah. I said, okay, I'll have to make reservations. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let's look at what Valencia just said. That's a good point. She said, right, it's okay. Just deal with someone on your level, but don't expect her to lower her standards, etc. Now, I'm not right here. If I was simple, I would ask a question. I'm not going to be simple, but I'm gonna kind of be simple because it's going to be petty what I do a little bit. Do you expect him to lower his standards? Don't answer it. That's a rhetorical question. But because I hear people talking about, I think we should date who we like. Does that make sense? Because Coy, if you like somebody, hypothetically, if you like somebody, if they do it for you, you know, when you see them, that's, you know, they turn you on, you know, you see, they might not have the commas in their bank account like you have, but they have ambition. They go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? They look like they have a mind to build. Are you dating down? Or would you consider yourself dating down?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
If I'm dating an intellectual person that I can converse with, I'm dating on my level. It has no monetary value.
Okay. So and that's what I want to Valencia. In fact, Valencia, if you want, I'm going to put this link in the chat. And if you want to come on and tell me what you mean by lowering your standards, and this is not, listen, hold on. Let me put this up right quick. Hold on, because I want people to understand this.
I agree with her though. Like
I do too. That's why I wanted to explain
it. Because I'm not gonna date a dummy. Like I'm
not
gonna deal with no dummy.
And I agree with her too, and that's why I want her to say it for herself. You feel what I'm saying? And not assume. When you know, Coy, you know, I'm growing up. I used to be so simple, and
I mean, but it really depends on what you're dating for.
Okay.
I mean, because if you're dating to go out with somebody because you want, I mean, as the picture that they paint, that women should be dating guys, the guys should be taking you on these lavish dates and doing all of this. I mean, are you dating for that purpose, or are you dating because you're genuinely trying to find a connection with somebody? Now, if you're finding a connection with someone, what level of a connection are you trying to find? Husband currently just looking for somebody for right now to have fun with? Are you building for yourself because you're acquiring it for that person? Like, you have to have a reason as to what you're dating for. I've tried what my friends tell me is, girl, just enjoy going on these free dates. I'm past that free date point. Like, okay, I don't want
it's wasting your time.
Free dates.
I got
that. It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. I'm not trying to add to a non-body count, as I call it, because I mean, you body count, we know what that means, but I'm not trying to add to a non-body count because I just want to go. I can take myself on these type of dates, these 5-star restaurants and places and things like that. I can take myself there. But sometimes you want to actually be able to build a memory and enjoy something with somebody, really get to know somebody. So if you're not really trying to do that, then I mean, are you really lowering your standard? No, you're not, because you're not really trying to date for a purpose.
Mm.
You're
Corey,
just
I'm gonna
trying
let
to get
y'all.
something out of it.
Somebody's knocking on my door, so I'm gonna let y'all talk for a second. Give me one hot second, okay? Y'all keep
Okay.
talking about that same subject.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, definitely. I feel every bit of that. Like, I'm not trying to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So it's pointless in going on a date if it's not meaningful.
Right.
Who cares if he's paying? Like you said, I can buy my own meal. I can take myself out. So that's not what I'm looking for. I want to date with a purpose, you know? So
Yeah, I
that's
just
the
went on a
bottom
date with
line.
somebody like that, and let's say it's no longer. But I mean, at some point, I had to realize, like, okay, you got to open up about exactly what it is that you want, and to go out on a date with a guy who tells me that this is just a meet and greet. We've talked online. Now we're going to physically meet in person. And when we meet in person, I don't have the intention that just because we're meeting at a place for a drink, that you're paying for everything. We're just going to go
Right.
meet each other. Well, just
Mhm.
because we sit down and we order food, you feel like now it became a date. But to me, it was still just a meet and greet.
Right. Right.
So I'm not offended by the fact that you think that it's a date, but there's got to be some kind of clarification as to what you feel from a male. And he was an older male than me. You felt like just because you paid for the food,
Yeah.
that it now became a date.
Mm.
Let me jump back in here. That's a good point. But let me jump back in here. Hold on. Joe Lavelle said, "Did you guys ever think that we don't like expensive restaurants? I'd be down for skydiving or a shooting range. That's easy, $300 plus. But we have to only do the limited things you guys like. I'm sorry, but dinner is boring." Bro, we wasn't
I
saying.
agree.
I mean,
No,
I agree. Yeah, I agree
I
too.
agree. Dinner is
That was just an
boring. Like when
example.
he invited me out to dinner and a movie, I'm like, that's kind of intimate. But that's my thinking.
Yeah.
Even with
And the
dinner,
thing
that's
is,
intimate to me.
well, the thing is, that was just an example. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
Hmm.
not the only example. And so that was just the example we had in that particular moment. Whatever it is that you want to just do that. Um,
Hmm.
and the thing is, I think a lot of times we use the term "we" so loosely. You know what I'm saying? I really wish we could get out of the using the
My
term "we."
preference.
Yeah. Just say "I." You know what I'm saying? Do you guys think that we don't like? No. Well, maybe I would say because some of us do like it. You know what I'm saying? I like
Hmm.
very nice restaurants. And some, so I'm getting out of the. I think, like I told you, Corey, about the woman who tried to try me on another platform earlier today.
Hmm.
She's projecting
Hmm.
for me. I didn't even say what she thought I said. I said something totally different. And then she's projecting her ideas, been putting weeds and all this. And I gave her statistics. I'm like, you're giving me your opinion. I'm asking you for I'm giving you statistics. So a
Hmm.
lot of times, if we could, society teaches us to categorize everything, right? Are you short? Are you tall? Are you black? Are you white? Are you, this? Are you that? And I'm an individual. God made us with different fingerprints, right? If we believe whatever we believe anatomically, so if we got different fingerprints, what satisfies Ivy might not satisfy Coy. What satisfies Joe might not satisfy James, but whatever satisfies us, then I find somebody that can meet me at that level of satisfaction, and then we grow up. Then we grow together, right? That's the way I look at it. That's what I'm trying to get to anyway. And that's the message I'm trying to pursue or perpetuate, even with this platform right now. This woman on that video, I mean, she's like, "Oh God, you got me at a chain restaurant. Who takes somebody to the Cheesecake Factory? Girl, you lucky he didn't take you to Applebee's. You lucky he didn't take you to what? I mean, you unmute yourself, Corey.
Not Waffle.
You lucky he didn't take you to Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? At least, I mean, real talk. At least he took you to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, that's where I'm at it. So, I mean, I don't know. Thank you for coming through, Joe. Appreciate you, man. We'll be on for about another 30, 45 minutes if you come back. But yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna start with you, Ivy. How do you like for a man to approach you?
I'm old school.
Okay.
It's a respect about it. It's not a hey shawty. It's not a hey la mama. Of course everything is a physical thing initially. It's based off of you see me, I see you. Okay, I'm attractive to you, you're attractive to me. So you're approaching me. It doesn't need to be in a disrespectful manner. Just, hey, how you doing? I don't mean to interrupt you. Just wanted to, say you're beautiful. Is it possible I can get a moment of your time? Now, is that the typical world? No, it's not. It's not. But that easy approach, I prefer that in-person approach. I don't prefer the sending me a text message or I've been doing the online dating. I don't prefer that. So to approach me, just approach me being yourself, because that's what I want to see in the first place. I don't want to see what you think the person is that I want to see. Your swag walking out, because I'm paying attention to everything. As women, we definitely pay attention from everything from the moment that you walk toward us. Like that approach is initially from the moment I turn my eyes and I look at you to see how you're coming at me, because how you carry yourself matters too.
Gotcha. Hey, I got Valencia right quick. We're gonna come back to you in a minute on that question, Coy. I got Valencia. Valencia, I'm gonna bring you in, and come on, let's get Valencia in. Let me get Valencia in here. Hey, Valencia, how you doing, young lady?
Good evening. How y'all doing?
But you had to go get cute for the camera right quick. I see you the one that got yourself. See, she had to get herself together, girl. All right.
Okay, I had my little hat on, had to throw my little wig on real quick.
All right, so you made a statement a minute ago. You said that he shouldn't, and I know when you say her, you're not talking about just her. You're talking about probably both sides, right? As far as lowering their standards, or are you specifically, or are you specifically saying her?
No, vice versa. Okay. I was just referring to the statement you had made about the young lady that worked at the bowling alley. She wanted to go to a 5-star, and then he kind of downplayed her because she worked at the bowling alley. And I'm just saying she shouldn't have to lower her standards just because she worked, so that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
And you know what, Valencia, if you work, and Coy, I'm sure you can attest to this as well. If you work a cash job, you're never broke.
Right.
Never broke. I don't care if you work a cash job, you're never broke. You should never be broke, because you're gonna have some more money in a few minutes. Point blank. I mean, I remember I used to be a valet parker back in 1996. I'm telling my age. 1996, 97. And I would make $200-$300 a night. I could go blow my money I could have went to, I ain't gonna tell my business, but I could have went somewhere and blew my money that night before, the day before. And I knew if I went to work the next day, I could get it all back, right? And so because a person doesn't take the time, Valencia, to understand what he's dealing with, because that girl working at that bowling alley, Ivy, I know the bowling alleys in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? When people get to drinking and hanging out, those tips can get real big.
It was nighttime. How you know that's not her little side job? She might be, have something totally different. But you initially just based off of because her preference. And don't get me wrong, her friend is who told her that, say you like this type of stuff because, we're listening to the people around us. That's really what happened. But at the end of the day, if that really was her preference, I mean, if I tell you, okay, I don't eat at these type of restaurants, you didn't ask me when you took me out to eat. You didn't ask me, where you wanted to go, what type of place of food you like to eat. So, I mean, you kind of set yourself up for that to me. But to downplay just because of the environment you saw her in, at the end of the day, you definitely still saw her working. So absolutely. I just didn't understand why downplay it because she wanted to go to a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, right. I can see that. Valencia, you want to hang out?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Go ahead, girl.
All right, Valencia gonna hang out with us for a while then. All right, so Coy, same question. Hold on. Ladies in the chat, answer that question for me, please. How do you like to be approached? Now, Ivy, you kind of hit that multifaceted. You said you like to be approached the organic way, the old school way. So you're not for a cat jumping in your DMs or jumping in your inbox. Do you not respond to those at all? Or
I respond to them. And again, even with that approach, nowadays, I mean, the dating with DMs, I'm not used to that. And I ain't old, but I'm not used to it. Like, to me, like, I was always considered that was just thirsty a way a guy would sit up here and just jump in your inbox. You don't know me from a can of paint. But it's like, okay, once we get this conversation started, let's see where it's going. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have ADHD when it comes to dating. If you can't keep my attention, I'm just gonna keep going. So this texting and DM messages, that's not gonna work for me. But if you approach me in public, that means I automatically got to see you. I automatically got to see if there's an initial chemistry. I got to hear your voice. Like, I got to hear the key factors of the senses that I'm looking for.
That's good. I like that. Everybody, y'all haven't reacted. Like this post, love it, share it, do all that. This conversation is good. We got about 30, 40 more minutes. We having a good time. Let's keep it going. Coy, how do you like to be approached? And hold on, and let's set the table. Coy is a busy woman. She's an entrepreneur. She has 4 or 5 businesses. She's a single mother. She helps take care of her family. She has a lot going on. So I know she doesn't have time to waste. How do you like to be approached?
So I had this discussion with my girlfriends not too long ago, and I said, what happened to the friends of friends introducing someone that you may connect with? That's what I like. Being approached and being in the inbox, it doesn't really mean much to me because I don't know you. I have to pencil out some time to get to know you, to talk to you, to listen to you, and know whether or not I'm attracted to you from that conversation. I don't initially be attracted to anyone like just seeing you. I've never been the type of like, ooh, dang, yeah, he fine. That doesn't get me. Appearance doesn't get me. When you open up your mouth, that's where you're gonna have me at. And if you are not intelligent enough to hold a conversation, it's a turnoff. So I wish we could go back to hooking our friends up with who we think would be a great match for them. That's better.
Yeah, that's okay. I can see that. All right, Valencia, how do you like to be approached?
In person.
Okay, so you're not entertaining a DM either. Somebody coming to DM, you ain't coming in. You're not dealing with that.
No, not really. I mean, I tried online dating, but it just seemed like they just want to, like I said, a lot of men these days just want to text you, and I really can't get to know you through texting. Pick up the phone and call me.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I prefer texting too. And at some point I'm gonna need to hear your voice because I'm petty. And if I hear your voice later on and sound like you got a scratchy voice or something like that, I might break up with you. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just telling you the truth.
You an ATL though, James. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't lying. Now I ain't say an Adam's apple with a deep voice. Now that's a whole different conversation and that we won't have because it'll be short. I promise you that conversation will be short. But Sue Ann, I can't stand you, Coy. Sue Ann said, but I've had a relationship that started from DMs and it was actually cool and no pressure. Spoke when I felt like speaking and really got to know him through communication. I like that. And see, and that's the point. Okay. And this is a perfect segue for this conversation right here. Valencia don't want to do a lot of texting, and that's okay. Coy prefer to text, and that's okay. Ivy, you said you prefer to text too, right?
But I don't mind the texting, but okay. I don't want it to just always be that.
Okay.
I'm an in-person type. Like I want to see you.
Okay.
I want to talk.
I'm looking at my phone like, why is he calling me? Text me. I ain't got time to be talking.
Yeah.
Now we can do that. We can do that, but don't go 2 weeks and all we've done is text. I ain't heard your voice. I ain't seen your face. Like, come on now. At some point, like this got to be. I get over it real fast. Let's just say that.
And I understand. And you know what though? And at that point, and Ivy, at this point, you have to. We as men, we as women, we have to make a decision, right? Do we want to continue to love this person or get to the point of liking this person? And if we're going to like them, we're going to take them how they are. We're not going to take them and try to change them, right? Like for instance, if me, Coy, if we tried to talk, you already know I like to text.
Right.
Don't get mad when I'm not texting later on because I started out this way. Nothing has changed. I mean, we had this conversation, Valencia, I think one time in Successful Singles. And all the women were talking about men not responding fast enough. And one day I said, well, what if most of the men have blue collar jobs? What if they're working in a factory? What if they're a truck driver? Lazeric is a truck driver. Lazeric, can you drive an 18-wheeler with one hand while you texting with the other hand? I know we can do voice text, don't get me wrong. But my point is, everybody is different. And don't find a reason to get angry, or something, or create division because somebody hadn't changed to what you at a certain point. I mean, for instance, like Ivy, I heard you a minute ago, and I felt you. You said you're getting to a point now where you're not dating for the fun of it. You're dating with a purpose. You ain't gonna be playing around. But do we still go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or do we go from step 1 to 7? Because I'm finding a lot of women now that want to skip steps 2 through 6. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even know if I like you enough to go to 6 or 7. I don't even know if I like you enough to go to 2. And that might take a couple of dates. You know what I'm saying? That might take a couple of, Netflixes and chilling, whatever we gonna. I mean, however we like to be. I ain't gonna lie. Part of the reason I'm having this show right now is because I don't know how to date. I was married a long time. I ain't lying. I was married a long time. I fell into a routine. I'm not, and should I be penalized for that? Yeah, I mean, I'm dating for me. Lazeric used to be dinner in a movie, but when I first got married, they didn't even have cell phones.
Yeah,
didn't even have
you
internet.
old.
Yeah, I'm very old.
I'm just messing with you, Jay.
I'm gonna make sure you can see that right head on. But my thing is, should I be penalized for that?
No,
Because I'll see. But listen, me and you talk for a minute. I'll see women say, "This is y'all bear with me now, because I'm not picking on nobody. I'm just trying to have a conversation. I want y'all to think logically." I'll see women say, "Well, he ain't even asked me where I wanted to go." Well, no, he ain't even had nowhere for us to go. Well, hell, I ain't want to go nowhere, but I'll go. Listen what I just said. Watch this. Well, hell, I ain't want to go nowhere. Watch this, but I'll go. Does that make sense? Watch me one more time.
It does, James, but you have to put up an effort, a conscious effort to plan. I don't want to do all the planning. Do some planning.
Can we keep talking though? Because I was at the comma. I wasn't quite at the period yet. Let me go a little bit further with this, okay? I was at the comma. I don't want to go, but I'll go. Watch this. When I go, I might like it. And now guess what else I learned? I learned what Valencia likes. And now that I know what Valencia likes, because I've gone one time, now I know how to plan better. Does that make sense? I mean, because I always use the analogy with you all about dropping breadcrumbs. You ain't got you don't have to necessarily tell me where to, you don't have. I mean, you don't have to tell me what to do, but you can drop a breadcrumb every now and then and say, "This is what I like." I mean, now I've gotten a little better at this thing, so I might say, "Hey, what's your favorite flower?" Or I might say, "What's your favorite food?" And if you say my favorite food is lobster, I mean, I don't really do seafood, but I could find a restaurant that would take you there to give you the ambiance. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? But that comes not always on step one. Sometimes that comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the time we at 5, man, now we go together. A 4, even maybe 3 or 4. We go together now. You know what I'm saying? Now we go together. Now, I'm worried about you. Did you eat today? I might, check on you. Hey, we have a date night tonight. I might do all, hey, we doing fish Friday. Whatever. We gonna start developing the traditions, all those types of things, right? Y'all should be showing us how to date you. I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
But what if she dropping breadcrumbs and still no plans have been made, no effort?
It's time to move on.
Made into
to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, because you know what? If you keep staying around, what's gonna happen? Frustration.
Yes.
And you don't deserve the frustration. Why? Because you don't have anything invested.
Right.
Exactly.
See, the difference with me, I don't have a fear of loss. I lost what I was. Now that I've lost, you know what I'm saying? I don't have. I promise you, I have no fear of loss at all. But so many people are so in love with the idea of being in love and the idea of being in love that they don't want to lose what they feel like they have very little investment in. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go pull some tomato plants up, right? Some tomato plants come right up because they don't have deep roots. But the ones that got deep roots, those are hard to get out.
Tough.
And these relationships that most of us are still trying to hold on to have no roots. Let them go. If he ain't doing what you said do, because it's somebody else who will. Because all of us have somebody that's going. That's why I don't understand, and that's why we're doing the show. That's why I don't understand the bleeding. I call it bleeding, or complaining. About something that you didn't want anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You complaining about something you didn't want anyway. Why give that free publicity? I mean, me personally, my grandmama used to tell me when the storm comes, sit down somewhere. I gotta stop cussing, y'all. I go to church. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. Lord. Yeah, but so anyway. So we talk, ladies. Y'all, we asked how y'all like to be approached. I mean, let me see. Let's go back and read some comments. Corey, you're supposed to be reading the comments for me. Lakeisha said, "I love creative approaches. I'm a lover of laughter. You got to keep me laughing if you're going to even try to talk to me. That's fair, and And you know what she didn't say in that comment? He had to make 6 figures. She didn't say he had to be a high valued man. She didn't say he had to drive a certain kind of car. She said, I just want to smile. Boy, you just said something. Me and Lazaric used to get into it once a show, but he just said something right then. Conquering Lion just said, stop trying to squeeze blood from a turnip. If it don't fit, relax and let it go.
Let it go. Wow.
Valencia, I promise you, all it does is to create. You cannot make, only one you're raising is your child. You cannot make a man be who you need him to be. And because any man will be who he needs to be. Lazaric, please tell me if I'm wrong. A man will be who he needs to be for the woman he wants to be with. Point blank.
Yeah, I agree with that, James.
Point
definitely.
Blank. And y'all can't, huh?
I don't have any problem with moving on. I don't. Yeah. People like, Valencia, no, I'm not going to waste my time. So.
Mm-hmm.
But when I exit, I'm exiting silently. Now I gotta do better about ghosting now. I ain't gonna lie, I can Casper you in a heartbeat too, and I got embarrassed. Somebody told me to stop doing that, so I stopped.
Why?
Why stop? So I can ghost. So ain't nothing wrong with ghosting somebody.
I cut people out faster than a Georgia Power.
I don't
have time to block you, put you on a block list. I don't have time to do none of that. I just don't answer the phone.
Ivy, I'm going to serenade you. I love you. I like.
See, I'm the type to tell you why. I'm the type. I'm different. I'm gonna tell you why, and then I'm gonna just go on about my business.
I mean, sometimes you have that point of I call it like a closure point, and that's just me. I feel like you deserve to know why I'm gonna stop messing with you. But if you done crossed me one too many times, or I just am not feeling it, and we've been talking for a minute, you should know me by now. So I'm just gonna exit on, keep going. I don't have to answer your calls. I don't have to answer the text. Like I'm good. I'm good.
Let me drop one. I had to drop a bomb on you, Ivy. I'm sorry.
I said all my life.
But I feel it. Hey, but I had to fight all my life. But I feel you on that, though. I feel you. Corey, would you go somebody?
It took me a minute to get there, though. Let me say that. It took me a minute to get there. To be able to be like, you know what? You really don't have to talk to them. You really don't have to answer the phone. And you don't have anything complaining about, like, why am I complaining about how mad I am about the stuff that you're doing? Like, I ain't got to talk to you. I ain't got to answer the phone. Like, when I realized that, when I say it was less stress, I was good. But I've been single ever since, though. Yeah. I've been single ever since.
You waiting on your boy ass. But you waiting on your boy ass, though. Let your boy ass go. Hold on. You wait on your boy ass. I probably you come my bad. I'm sorry. But Corey, would you go somebody?
I guess if you consider it ghosting, but if both of you guys are not giving each other attention, I mean, y'all both ghosting each other, you know? I think it takes a lot of energy to tell a person what they know they've already given you or are not giving you. It takes too much energy. So I think ghosting is healthier than having to entertain telling them how you feel or why you feel the way you feel. It's just too much energy put into that.
Okay. Would you go? You said you wouldn't. You said you want to give an exit speech. You ain't trying to.
I mean, it's gonna be very simple. I'm not gonna put too much into it, but I'm just letting you know, like, I don't see this going anywhere. You know, it'd be something simple as that. Like, I don't see us going anywhere, and you know, I'm just gonna move forward, and that's gonna be it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, her mind is already made up. So, hey, this is it.
So let me use y'all sanctified imagination right quick. Let's imagine we are doing the online dating thing. My boy Lazaric said he don't understand online dating, but some people, it's a big phenomenon right now, right? And so if you're doing online dating, Ivy, and y'all exchange numbers, right? I mean, y'all are chatting. How long after chatting will you? How do you think you should exchange numbers?
It really depends on how the conversation is going. If they're just immediately, you know, hey, beautiful, how you doing? Do you want to exchange numbers? I'm not just exchanging numbers just because you called me beautiful. But if we are communicating, because I mean, I've been in contact with a few people where the conversation, just that first time us sending messages, and it's just like, okay, you know, you seem cool, you know, I wouldn't mind changing numbers, but it's not necessarily that same day sometimes. For me, it's because I don't get on these dating apps often. So it may be a couple of days later and I'm always apologizing. I'm sorry for the delay. I wouldn't mind carrying on this conversation outside of the app if you don't mind. So here's my number. But other than that, I don't think it's a time frame. It depends on how you feel communicating with that person.
Okay. And that same question for the ladies in the chat as well, and men. How long do you expect after y'all have made contact on social media through either Facebook and Messenger or Bumble or what's some of the Tinder, some of the other sites? If y'all swipe the same way and thumbs go up at the same time, and y'all start communicating. Because I've tried it. I ain't gonna lie, I've tried it, and I've met people who want to meet the same day. I'm like,
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Do you want to get it on out the way, huh?
I don't want nobody wasting my time. I'm like, hey, Shawty, here's my number. Call me. Let me talk to you because I'm not on this app like that.
Okay. What about you, Valencia? Do you do online dating? Do you do online dating?
I have tried it, but I'm currently not online dating, but I have. Like I said, like they said, I would agree. It all depends on how the conversation is going. But typically, if you're chatting with a person, maybe daily or every other day, they may. Most will ask for your number probably within a week and a half.
Okay. Yeah, they had to make me ask for the phone number. I'm cool with the chat. I stay in the chat forever. I'm joking.
But, I don't think numbers are that important anymore. Because there's a little button on your phone that says where you can put block. So it's not, it's not a big deal anymore. It doesn't have your address or anything like that. So it's not like it used to be. You can get a reverse phone or whatever. You can call and say, hey, I need an address to this phone number. It's not like that anymore. So it's not that private.
Stacey said, if we're communicating, it's going great. I've exchanged numbers right then. I've done that as well. Like I said, over the years, I have. But I never have gone in. I've only met one person, I think, on an online dating site. And when I met that one person, they didn't look like they looked. So I assumed everybody was like that. So I only use the online dating app for finger exercises now.
Please, let's not talk about that.
Like I said, if I can swipe right, I can use my fingers. I can work the ligaments in my fingers with a finger exercise. So that's the only reason I'm gonna have to probably meet you in person. I need to be lying. Let me see. Stacey said I've had my share of online dating before I was married, and Stacey has gotten married. He has a beautiful family, and I appreciate you for listening in, Stacey, and appreciate you for sharing your ideals and ideas with us because you seem to be very happy in your relationship. So we talked about the approach. We've talked about online dating and at what point do we start to exchange numbers. Coy says she's cool exchanging numbers right away. Let's go ahead and meet, get it out the way. So where do you want to meet the first time, Coy? You want to meet at a park? You want to meet at a coffee?
I want to meet at Starbucks.
Okay. Even if
that's the place.
And then what we're gonna do when we get to Starbucks?
We're gonna have us some tea and sit down and have a conversation. Okay. If you don't sound like me, I'm out.
You out? And
out.
And you know what? I think that's a good thing because you want to see if you can communicate. Because there's nothing worse than being on the phone or talking to somebody and you're struggling to find something else to talk about. It's like listening to paint dry. I've had people that I can get on the phone with and literally talk for 4, 5, 6 hours, and not miss a beat. And I've done it before. I really have. But then I have some people I'll be on the phone for 15 minutes. All of a sudden I'm yawning. like what you say? You ain't said nothing. Really, like what? Like nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. You're just trying to get something started. Like, trying to. So if you're pulling teeth, trying to make yourself. So Starbucks, I think, would be a good place because you're not inebriated. So the liquor's not giving you a kickstart. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any false or pseudo confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 100% organic. Ladies, ladies in the chat, give me some other places. What's a good place? I'm talking like I can't talk. What's a good place to go for a first date? You just meet somebody, y'all want to connect and talk for a few months. What do y'all want to go? You want to go out and have a drink, You want to go have, like Corey said, go and have coffee. Valencia, what's a good first date place for you?
We can go out for ice cream or go to a bar.
Okay. Now, if you go to the bar, do you have a drink minimum for yourself?
Probably just sipping on the same drink all night.
The conversation going. Me, if the conversation is good, then I might have two. But if it ain't good, then I'm gonna have that one on them out.
But if the conversation going real good, you're gonna have 4 or 5.
No,
I don't have that many. I have 2 or 3.
You gonna need a ride home? I'm just trying to see. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Uber. I Uber.
But he got a car. He'll take you home.
No, he don't know where I'm living.
She said, I'm a lady. What Wanda you say? I'm a lady. That was a joke. Ivy, what's your first drink? Not first drink. What's your first date? Not first drink. First date. I apologize. She said first drink. Which one? Tequila, Douce. I'm sorry. I don't know the drink.
My first drink is always going to be like a tequila sunrise. But
my bad.
Favorite, the best meetup spot. I agree with her with the Starbucks or just somewhere open. I'm active, so even a park doing stuff like that, I'm good with that as a first date.
All right. Melissa Woodard said, "I like a walk in the park." Okay, I like that. Walk in the park. Nice. I ain't walking too far though. I'm tired, so I'm not going. I'm out of shape. I'm for real. I'm the type of person. If I go, that's why I don't jog. If I'm a jog, I'm jogging on a treadmill. Because if I get 3 miles from home, I'm catching an Uber back. If I get tired, I'm not doing it. So we're not playing. I will catch an Uber back to the house. I got my phone. I'm good. I'm for real. I'm dead. See, y'all think I'm playing? These is not jokes. This is real. Lakeisha Reynolds said. She said somewhere that would be compatible with both parties' interests. Like if you know someone likes reading, take them to a bookstore or the library. Okay. So she's saying she's gonna do the research to find out what he likes, right? And Lakeisha, I like that about you. I'm gonna tell you why I like that about you. Because in most relationships of 2023, it seems like because they start this whole conversation about who's the prize and all this kind of stuff, it seems like ladies are 100% supposed to be catered to. And it sounds like, Lakeisha, you're saying that you'll have mutual interest. You want to make sure he's as satisfied as you are. And I applaud you for that. Hold on, I'm going to give you a sound effect for that one. Hold on right quick. Let me go. Do the benediction. Good place to go.
Can't have a conversation in the library, though.
Which she didn't say, she said a bookstore. She said a bookstore, but she did say bookstore. But you can't have a conversation at the library. You're true, but she did say bookstore, and you can talk at a bookstore. I think you can. So, because the bookstore, most time when they're doing stuff, they got their earphones and stuff. I don't go to many bookstores no more because Amazon is my bookstore. But I'm trying to say
look what Lazaric wrote.
I'm scared. He said we ain't spending no money on the first date. All right, so but hold on. Before we laugh. But let me hear his creativity though. What are we doing though? I mean, what are you doing that's not? Because I'm gonna tell you, you can have some good fruit. It costs nothing to walk in the park. It doesn't cost. It costs absolutely nothing. And Miss Melissa Woodard said she would be happy walking in the park. It costs nothing to go on a hike. I've been wanting to go see this waterfall up north in North Atlanta. All it costs me is gas. And we could take and I could probably. This is my idea for a date, Abby. I don't know. You let me know if it works. I don't know. I'm new at this. But I mean, I know I could jump on 75 or 400 or whatever and go to Roswell and go to Vickery Falls, carry my cell phone. We got a couple of water bottles and we could walk and look at the waterfall and all those kind of things. And that would probably be a pretty good date, right? And it doesn't cost a dime. All it does cost is gas, time, and creativity, right? So it's things we can do. And that's why we're having these conversations, because there are men who believes the only way to impress a woman is by taking her to a 5-star restaurant. And then there are some women who believe the only way they can be satisfied is if some man takes them to a 5-star restaurant. And that's not always the case, because some people don't know that there are other options available. And that's why we're having these conversations tonight. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think, just me personally, I just think dinner is intimate. Going to a movie with someone is intimate. That's not something I would like to do when I'm getting to know somebody. Now, in a relationship, that's different. It's just that's just too much for me. And it could be the places that I like to go, you know.
Yeah.
But even with going to a movie, you sitting next to me, I'm sitting next to you, and we can't get to know each other in the movie. That's too intimate. You might want to touch my hand or put your arm around me. We're not there.
Hold on. Here comes Mr. Vincent Jackson with his BS. What's the BS, Vincent? What's the BS? Because we're trying to keep this as a safety zone and be super optimistic and say that things can work since we're all grown in this place. So we're trying. Now, I know you missed the beginning of the show.
Good.
We trying. Yeah, he said it all sounds good. What sounds like BS? I mean, when you got thousands of opinions, you got a whole bunch of different fingerprints, you got a whole bunch of ideas. Are everybody supposed to think the same way? Is everybody supposed to have
like
the
he's
same?
Swimming in a small lake?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to figure out. If it, because he said all this sounds good, and he said also,
but it also sounds like BS, which means
like
that he's been bamboozled. What y'all call it, bamboozled?
So none of this works. So we can't go to no coffee spot. That wouldn't be good. We can't go to no bookstore. We can't do none of that. Or is it just the women that you've dealt with weren't cool with that? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out. Like I said, because I don't like us using absolute statements as though they're absolute, like, and make them so absolute when we're dealing with very individual people. That's all I'm saying. So if it's BS, in fact, I'm gonna do it again. I'm about to put the link in the chat, and if Mr. Vincent wants to come on right quick and explain to us, and like I said, this is not an argument. It says this is a safe zone. I'm not. Hold on, Coy. I hadn't shown them yet, have I? Hold on, I forgot.
He said we ain't sweating off that makeup.
Hold on. Oh, you talking about if you go? Well, I mean, if you know prior to that you're going on a hike, you probably wouldn't wear makeup, right? But hold on.
Yeah, bitch.
I can't argue with you. You man. I can't argue with you.
I'm just joking. I'm joking. But he said they ain't sweating off that makeup. But now, hey, the link is in the chat. If anybody want to come in and share some more about what Vincent, especially if you want to say it all sound like BS, I sure want you to come in and explain that.
Vincent, come through.
Come through, Vincent. Come through. I'm about to put an ace metaphor question out there. Hold on. I don't even know what the question gonna be. So I'm about to pull a card. I'm gonna shuffle the deck like we playing spades right quick. Y'all see the cards, right? I'm gonna shuffle them like we playing spades. Let me shake them up. Let me shake them up. Boom. Let me pull from the you pull Ivy. You want me to pull from the top, the middle, or the bottom?
The middle.
All right, cool.
Vincent said he don't see the link.
Oh, it's right there in the chat. Which version are you in? It's in the chat.
I'll put it in there. Hold on. You got it? Or are you going on with the card?
No, you go ahead. I got the card. I'll do the card. All right.
All right.
So this question is using a word, but I want you. Okay, never mind. All right. That's why I got you. I got it. I just put, it says HTTPS Facebook. Oh no, that wasn't the right one. I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong one.
I got him.
Okay, get him right. Okay, cool. All right. What is the quickest way? It says to arouse you, but I'm gonna say, what is the quickest way to get your attention? What's the quickest way for a man to get your attention?
The quickest way to get my attention is approach me. I love a man with pretty teeth, first off. But approach me. The fact that you took the initiative to even approach me in the first place, because you do have some people that, don't feel like that we are approachable, depending on the way we look as women. Like, they may not feel like we're approachable, but just approach me. I'm just an average girl from around the way. Ain't that what they say?
All right. What about you? What about ladies? The same thing. Same question in the chat. What is the quickest way to get your attention? The actual question. These are first date questions. So some of them might be a little farther along than our conversation. So I might modify a little bit of the word. So the question is actually, what is the quickest way to arouse you? But I want to ask, I'm going to modify and say, what is the quickest way to get your attention? What is the quickest way to get your attention? Valencia.
Compliment, and not towards my body, anything like that. But a nice compliment.
Okay. What about you? Like, what is it, ladies? What is the quickest way to get your attention? What turns you on? What about a man? Okay. Somebody said a man that is Lori Williams said this, a man that's polite. A man that's polite. Melissa Woodward said just speak with a smile. Okay. Mitchell Reeves says groceries.
Groceries.
Now he on here playing.
I wasn't even talking to you, dude. I was talking to I'm joking, I'm playing, but that's funny. Oh wow. Wow. Hallelujah. Hold on, I got Vincent. So Vincent gonna tell us what the BS is. Hold on. Vincent, don't come on here choosing violence, Vincent. Don't come in here choosing no violence. I can't even see you, so I can't talk
Man,
bad
I done pulled over. I'm in the car.
Man, turn on some lights so I can see you. Yeah, jump out the frat house. You ain't got no light. That's fine. Come on, talk to me.
I don't think it's all. How y'all ladies doing? Excuse me. How y'all ladies doing? I don't think it's all BS, but man, I'm just saying, around these parts, they want you to 5-star meal them, take them out, spend $300-400, and you don't even barely know their name. And then they catfish.
Where are you from, Vincent?
Man, I'm in Little Rock.
Okay.
Then they catfishing.
But Vince, if you show up and it's a catfish, what you doing?
Bro, you don't know it till 3 dates in till you see them out. You accidentally see them. They be right for the first date now.
You know, they said when they come out and they catfish, you supposed to fry their ass.
Wait a minute. You said so on the first date it was you saw them and you went out. Then 2 or 3 days they look worse. Is that what you're saying? They look different.
No, what'll happen is they be right for the first date.
Okay.
You know, I be moving and grooving. You know, I be at different spots and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I do. And then you'll see them again. You be like, this ain't even the same girl. Like, who are you?
What's different?
Everything.
Give me some.
Be a whole nother face.
Like different wig, I mean butt pads, I mean what? Do they put
everything?
I mean,
like I ain't got no problem with whatever shape you are, but they be doing stuff. You hug them, they feel like police officers got full body garments on. Just body be hard.
He chose violence, James. He chose violence.
I'm dumb right now. I'm stuck right now for real.
So you telling me you ain't never hugged a woman and she feel like she in a full body armor?
No, I can't say it. I can't. You go if I feel like I might have the potential of running into body armor, I'm gonna give you a side hug.
You feel that?
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but I like all the ideas going on these walks and stuff.
Boy, you messed the whole show up. You get back in your car and drive where you was driving to, please.
Man, I'm finna go back in the frat house. We watching the game.
Bye, man. Bye. Bye, friend. So we'll talk later, boy. You funny as all know what, man. We'll talk later. Thank you, man. We'll talk.
I love you, bro.
He said the arm of God.
I need your help on something. I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
I bet. Oh, that's funny. And listen, we were joking right then, but really, this is not a bash women show. It's not going to be a bash men show. It's not. You know, he's talking about his experiences, and if those are his experiences, those are his experiences, right? We are. If he's running into women that only want to go to 5-star women, 5-star restaurants, that's the pool he's in right now. It is, but that doesn't mean it's something. You got the Arkansas River, you got the Mississippi River. It's some fish in the Lake Lanier that aren't even in Arkansas River, right? They don't even have striped white. You know what I mean? So go fishing somewhere else is all I'm saying. It's somebody for everybody rather than going through and arguing and all this other kind of stuff, right? So, Coy, did you answer the question? What turns you on?
Words of affirmation, acts of services.
So you're big on love languages. You're big on you pay attention to love languages. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't get me flowers; they die. I'm not into that. I like to be thought of. Like, you have to be creative when it comes to me to be able to be like, oh my gosh. And it could be something so simple, but you thought of it. You did it. You created it. Even if you got me a card and you got the paper, folded it up, and you wrote it yourself, that's everything.
I like that. You said, don't get me flowers because flowers
die. Yeah. That don't turn me on. I'm not into flowers.
I like that. And that's okay. Some people be like, oh, why? Who doesn't like flowers? Coy don't like flowers. Yeah. And Ivy nodded her head. So she might not, flowers don't do it for her as much either. And that's okay. Lakeisha might love flowers. Lori might love flowers. Other people might love flowers, and that's okay. Valencia, you like flowers?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite flower?
A lot of women like them.
What's your favorite flower, Valencia?
Pink roses.
So if a man send you some pink roses, does that turn you on?
Got
Seem like he care about you there?
Uh,
Well,
not necessarily mean he care about me, but he interested and he putting forth effort, so.
So we put forth effort on people we don't care about?
I mean, yeah.
We do. I ain't putting forth
men
effort.
do. I mean, because it's a part of the getting to know you phase. So you can be getting to know me and send me flowers. It don't mean you care about me because you don't know me.
Okay.
I met a guy and it was like
that would make you smile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's that. What do you think about that? Ivy, you think if a person cares about you, would they be putting forth effort, or do you think if they putting forth effort, they don't care about
you? If they like you, I care is kind of a strong word. If they like you or they're into you enough, yeah. I mean, I've had a guy send me flowers I've never seen before, and he sent them to my job.
Okay.
Do I like receiving flowers like that? No, but it was the fact that was something you didn't have to do. You took the time to figure out where I work. It was kind of stalkerish, but you took the time to figure out where I work at, and you sent me a bunch of flowers, but you listened to the type of flower that I like. But I don't have a green thumb. So like she said, flowers die. I don't want to receive those on the regular. It's okay to receive them sporadically as just like a surprise type of thing every once in a while. But if that's that's your gift of giving, that's not something that I care for. Because I mean, I'm not a big flower fan. Flowers will last maybe a few days in my house. If that.
A few days.
That's cool. Okay, so it's 10:03 now. I'm gonna pull one more card, and then we're gonna shut this down for the first night. I've enjoyed this conversation so far, ladies. I appreciate y'all. And Valencia, I appreciate you for filling in and jumping in the last minute like that. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, Corey, you're gonna pull the last card. I'm shuffling them now. Middle, top, or bottom? Top. All right. That's a good question. What are 3 things you want in a relationship? Hold on. Same question for the ladies in the chat while she's thinking about it, because I know Corey likes to be detailed in her thoughts. So let me give her. I'm actually filibustering right now, so she can think of the 3 things she wants to say. And the other 2 should be thinking about the 3 things they want too, because that question is coming to them in a few minutes. And ladies that are in the chat, what are 3 things? Men, you know what? You can answer this question too. What are 3 things you want in a relationship? Corey, go.
Okay. 3 things I prefer in a relationship is peace. That's number 1. Number 2, I would have to say is to be thought of, like continue to date me in a relationship. You do the planning. Date me. That's where I want to have dates within my relationship. The third thing would be I would want a partner that can balance me and we can continue to grow together. I don't want to take her. I don't want to take from you, but I want to be balanced out so we can continue to grow together. And I want someone that works as hard as I do and want to partner up and develop more things together.
Okay. That's good. Felicia Faye, I need you on here soon. Miss Faye, I need you on here soon, like in the next couple of weeks, please, ma'am. I will be in contact with you. Mutual respect, affection, and trust. Mutual respect, I love that. Affection, I love that. And trust. Those are 3 things she needs. Lori Williams said 3 things she needs is consistency. She wants to be respected. She wants to be trusted. Coy said she wants to be thought of. She wants him to continue to date her. And what was the other one?
I need peace and someone that's going to elevate with me.
Okay, in peace. So those are good answers so far. Those are really good answers. I like Faye's answer. Mutual respect, affection, and trust. Because one of my love languages is touch. So I'm probably gonna need. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of crazy. I might be acting. Look, I might act like I don't even like affection. I'll be like, girl, stop touching me. But I do really want you to touch me. I'm
good on that. I mean, if you want to touch, you can touch, but I don't actually need you to touch me.
For real?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's so disheartening. All right, Valencia, what's your hurt? I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Valencia, what's the three things? What's the three things you need in a relationship?
Communication.
Okay.
Honesty, and a man that know how to make plans.
So an assertive man. An assertive man?
You gotta date me.
Yeah.
Okay, an assertive man. Okay, that's good. All right, Lakeisha said she needs a man. Honesty. I do not care if it hurts my feelings, but if I can't trust you, then you're dangerous. Number 2 is respect. And then 3, choosing each other. She said, I want to make sure that we choose each other. You don't want to just choose him. You want him to choose you. And that's fair. That's fair. Because we do have these pick-em relationships. You know, you in a relationship with him or he's in a relationship with you and you're not back in a relationship with them. And that goes to what Faye said, mutual respect. And you definitely, and it's definitely a respect thing. So thank you, Lakeisha. Honesty, respect, and choosing each other. Come on, Ivy. This is gonna be our last one for the night. Unless y'all, I'm good. If y'all want to go another 10 minutes, I can do it. But if you don't want to, we can get off. I ain't got no job, so I ain't gotta go.
Give us some more questions, Jay.
Y'all want some more questions?
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Valencia,
We're
you
trying
cool?
to tell y'all, show y'all.
All right, go ahead, Valencia. Go ahead, Ivy.
One, someone who's willing to create happiness, not just be happy. Like I'm a firm believer that life is what you make it. So I need definitely being able to create those memories together. Somebody it's got to be able to build to be better, support me to support you, push me to be better. Someone who wants me to be better because I want that same for you. And it's definitely got to be consistency to continue. You can't start this one way and not be able to continue it. That's not how I am. If we're going to start it being the way we started, then that's how we should be able to continue. You can't love me one minute and then act like you like me the next minute. You got to love me the whole way.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any other ladies in the chat that want to answer that question? What was the question again? Oh yeah, the 3 things you have to have when you want in a relationship.
In a relationship.
One of the 3 things you want in a relationship. Junior said that's a different show, but he said, what does accountability mean for a woman? Let's if anybody want to tackle that, I mean, I don't know if that is a part of showing us how to date.
Hi, Junior.
I'm trying to make sure we stay on task, but I don't want nobody to feel like I'm slighting their conversation. Okay. Because like I said, he's asking that question. And to me, that's another buzzword that kind of keeps us divided, because I do know many women that are accountable. Right. Now, and I know some men who aren't accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a woman issue, Mr. Junior J. Pierre. I think it's more of a people issue. I think sometimes
a broad question too.
Yeah, I think sometimes we put these thoughts out there as if they're gender specific, and I think those aren't gender specific issues as much as they are people issues, because people are flawed, right? I mean, if you cut me, I'm gonna bleed, right? And so I know some women don't want to apologize. I got a little funny video that they showed last week about women not wanting to be accountable. It was super funny, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's buzzwords. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it. We could talk about it, but I want to kind of do it on another show. Let's stay on show us how to date tonight, okay? Valencia, middle, top, or bottom?
Middle.
All right. What's the best way a person can earn? Oh, that's a good question. What's the best way a person can earn another date with you? Hold on, same question to the ladies in the chat. What's the best way a person can earn another date with you? I like you, Ace Metaphor. That's a good question. What's the best way a person can earn another date? Go ahead, Valencia.
Consistency and keep me engaged.
Okay. You said you just so direct. Can you expound a little bit? Give me some essay. Give me a top. Give me a topic sentence, and then give me some supporting sentences.
I'm telling you how to date me.
You just said, I mean, come on. Give me, you know, I
Yeah,
like
but I'm
men
just
that.
consistency and keep me engaged through communication.
Okay. So you want, so after the first date, you want him to call you. Well, I mean, after the first date, I mean, well, you know what? When Little Rock, y'all might pick each other up and go out on the first date, or do y'all? Because in Atlanta, y'all probably gonna, we probably gonna meet at the restaurant, huh? Because Atlanta, if you live in Decatur and I live in Cobb County, I ain't picking you up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm gonna ask you, hey, okay, you live over there. Let's meet on in Sandy Springs somewhere, you know, or whatever, and we're gonna meet at the spot, right? So at that point, are we just saying, call, let me know when you get home, or text me and let me know you made it home safely, and that's our last contact for the night? Or are you expecting him, once you text and let him know you made it home, are you wanting him to call and rehash the date? How are you doing that? I mean, what are you thinking on that, Valencia?
If he wants to call me and have, and talk more, then that's fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that if I'm not, sleepy or getting ready for the bed for the next day.
But you don't expect it?
No.
Okay. What about you, Corey? What's the best way the person can earn another date with you?
The best way a person can earn another date with me is by listening to me. And the way I would know they're listening to me is them restating what I'm saying, and a couple days later, maybe they'll surprise me with something that I discussed or something that I needed, because that's an act of service. It could be something as simple as, oh my gosh, my charger broke and I couldn't charge my phone, just rambling in the date. Show it with a charger for my phone. You know, you got me.
So it's the little things.
Yeah, it's the thought. So you were listening to me. If you're a good listener, you got me.
Fellas, we got to pay attention to the details. Sometimes it's not just listening to, but sometimes it's listening through, especially because I think a real lady is going to put you in a spot to find her, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I always use those breadcrumb type thing. You know, that whole breadcrumb analogy that I love to use, right? Because if she's digging you, I mean, because I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and they told me, they said, when I tried to shoot my shot at you, you didn't respond. I'm like, when you try to shoot your shot, I missed all them signs. I missed every last one of those signs. You know what I'm saying? I missed every last one of those signs.
Okay,
so,
Michael.
It wasn't for you to catch.
You don't think so? I mean, I was so oblivious for those first 2 or 3 years. I ain't gonna lie, I might have missed it. I ain't gonna lie, I was struggling. But I mean, but I'm better now. Melissa Woodard said, "Earn another date." Oh, simple. That's why I like sometimes talking to our older sisters, man. She said, "Earn another date. If we have fun, we can go out again."
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty simple. So Deisha said, "Being present." Faye said, "Being present and actually listening, also being authentic. That's a way to earn another date." I gotta get. J. Pierre want to ask the questions. I gotta get him on the show.
He got another question. I can't see all the comments for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I put his question up. Lakeisha said, "Let's have fun. Dates are supposed to be fun. By the first few conversations, he will have an idea of my personality. I prefer outside, so as a food truck and a body of water would make me happy." Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
Girl, you might mess around and get the MVP trophy tonight or something, Lakeisha. Ain't you me lying? You get some good answers. I got to get her on the show. I got to get Lakeisha. Let me see if I got some T-shirts or something over here to give away. What size you wear, Lakeisha? Shoot, I got a big old bag. No. He had a question. I'm gonna ask it in a minute once we finish answering. Because Valencia's the only one to answer so far, right?
I answered.
It's Ivy's turn. She said a medium. You're so funny. Ivy, your turn. What's the best way a person can earn another date with you?
Ask. And it depends on how that first date went. If we've gotten conversation going and the vibe is good and we're comfortable with each other, I would love to go see you again. Sometimes it's as simple as just asking, but it depends. Now you're having to take a step above what this date was. So now we got to progress to see what's next. But I'm all about just getting to know the person so we can have fun together. It doesn't have to just be a date that's big and playing. The second date should really be us really trying to enjoy each other more.
Okay. So Corey, let's go back. You said your first date, a good first date for you is Starbucks. having some tea, something like that, so y'all can talk.
Yeah.
So
J. Pierre,
Mr. Junior J. Pierre said, well, what are your expectations for a second date? So if the first date was you were cool with something simple like Starbucks, what after Starbucks, where do we go next? What are you thinking about?
For me? Are you asking me this? Oh, okay. Yes. I'm not too complicated. Like I said, I have to be with you in order to go on intimate dates like that. Unless you're persistent like that person was. No, I want to do this. But yeah, we could go to the park. Most of our parks have lakes, have a playground, is kid friendly also. Just something simple. Meet me at the office. Let's sit down and talk. Or I don't know. It's not the eating and movie for me. I can't. I don't like doing that when I'm.
So basically, you don't have expectations for your second date.
No, okay. No.
And
just hanging out.
And I think that's an answer too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So maybe Mr. J. Pierre, maybe sometimes we overcomplicate things by thinking that we should have certain expectations. You know, I remember a couple years ago, I was talking to one woman and she said her first date, she would prefer to go to Ruth's Chris. I ain't taking Ruth's Chris on
There's nothing wrong with that though.
And that's her thing, but I'm not taking you to Ruth's Chris.
She might love to eat, so watch out.
I'm not taking you to Ruth's. No, I ain't gonna say I won't. If it's the right person, I might. You know what I'm saying? Because I can. It's not I can't. It's not like I can't afford it. If I want to take, I can go if I want to go. You know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of if I want to go, and that's the big.
Might embarrass me at Ruth's Chris. Like I might not want to be with you at a 5-star restaurant. You might embarrass me. So no, we're gonna leave that for us being together now.
What you been there saying?
We can go to this restaurant.
You been there saying scrimp? You been there saying scrimp? Bring me a scrimp, please. I want some scrimp, scamp. And if I'm dating you and you say scrimp, I'm saying I need to check right then because we gotta go. Can we get this? Can we get this meal to go, please? Let me get a doggy bag because I promise you, if you say scrimp around me, we done. I promise you, we are done. Do not say scrimp. Let me order for you. Let's have a conversation before, when we get right before we look at each other, right before we order, we're gonna make eye contact. And if you look at me and nod your head, I know that means you want me to go ahead and make your order. I have no problem doing that. And that's not taking anything away from you as a woman. I know you're grown, but that actually used to be. Never mind. We don't know anything about chivalry anymore. We forgot what chivalry was a long time ago. Go ahead and answer that question. Do you have what if you went on a first date, Ivy, and where you say you want to go on the first? You said coffee, anything like that'd be cool with you too. What are your expectations for the second date? I'm gonna take notes.
For me to pick it. Okay. I would hope that within the conversation of the first date that I've gotten to learn a little bit about you, because typically the first date, the guy is picking the place and trying to pick a decent place that he feels that the woman would like to go to. So for me, the next date would be something that I would be picking. Like, okay, I know you like to go shoot basketball, or I know you like to go do this type of thing. So the second date for me would be something that the female can take the initiative to be able to say, okay, well, let's go here. Because he's not going to always pick the place all of the time. But the second date, I feel like it shouldn't be a problem for the woman to pick the date. So I would probably pick somewhere that I would show that, okay, I heard that I see that this is what you like. I'm active myself. So, let's go do this.
I like it.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say this to James, if I may.
Sure.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple in town. I've gone on second dates out of the country, just everything is around Florida though. Okay. So we can go anywhere real quick, but, I've gone out of the country with somebody on a second date and we had a good relationship after that, So it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be like extravagant. We got islands all around us, so we can do that,
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
It's not dinner and a movie and all that. That's just, let's go to the beach.
Gotcha. Michael Smith said first date is gaining valuable information that keeps the conversation consistent. I like that. This way you earn the prospect of a second date and maybe more. Okay. All right, that's grown man stuff like there. And that's where we are right now. We're talking grown man conversation. I appreciate that. Lakeisha, Sammy Smash said depends on the female. Every female is different. True enough. And that's what we're doing. We're just getting everybody's perspective. And this is the thing. There are no right and wrong answers. If you say he said if you say urge instead of on and not orange, I'm gone. You better not. You can't date nobody from New Orleans. Pastor Potter, you can't date nobody from New Orleans then, because they all be orange and Earl and all that kind of stuff. So no, you can't date nobody. But I ain't gonna lie. If you say scrimp around me, we out of here, coach. I promise you. I'll be like, oh, okay. Like, okay, scrimp. I'm like, don't talk no more. Don't you say another word. I'm breaking up with you when we get back to when we get in the car. But I'm dead serious. But that's the truth. Who else? Valencia, do you have any expectations for the second date? Should it top the first one, or what do you?
I would, because I know typically the first day he's going to ask me where I want to go, which, like I said, I will choose something simple because I don't want you to go treat me to dinner and then I might not even like you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or vice versa. So I don't want you to feel like you waste your money, because I know that's a reason. Like, I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but I feel like the second date, it'll be whatever he chooses,
Yeah, that's good. Now, old boy just said something real good. Junior JP, he said something really good. We need to talk about this. And you're right. You're right, because this is where the whole show started. That was in my initial monologue, because we've confused this whole dating thing. He said, I'm so confused going on a date here in U.S. Date means, for me, getting to know the person. Means I can take the person out many times just to learn different angles of the person. But here, if I go on a date, it means I'm starting a relationship. Mm. And honestly, I don't think you're in. Thank you, Pastor Partner. I don't think we're in a relationship until it's defined.
So, Junior, I have a question for you. Are you saying that that's what it means to you in the U.S., or are you saying that's what you're getting? What you're getting from us?
He said both of those. He said both of those. He said he says in the United States. He said if I go on a date, it means I'm starting a relationship. But he said where he came from, it means I'm taking you out, getting to know the person, and I'm getting to know every angle of a person. I got to go, and that's what I'm talking about. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's I'm going to. I know I'm a preacher, so I got to use the little scriptures that I know every now and then. There's a scripture that says, "I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord." You don't invite everybody to church, do you? Why? Because church is a very intimate time for you, right? So by the time I've invited somebody to church, then that means I'm probably, that's a personal thing for me, right? So as we start dating more and more, then I'm going to start inviting you into more personal things that I do. Like for instance, Ivy, would you take somebody home to meet a relative, you know what I'm saying, on the first or second date? No. Would you, Coy? Would you want somebody to meet Mr. Horace after the first date? You know what I'm saying? Would you don't, most of us, because we don't even know if we like you like that. You know what I'm saying? And then if you know how Black parents can be, they might say, that boy got a big old head. And if they say he got a big head after the first date, you're not gonna fight for the big head. But if y'all dated 5 or 6 times, y'all on number 8 or 9, then you might he got a big head, but I love him, something like that. I'm joking. I'm being
watch your mouth and stay safe.
I got a big head too, so I understand. You so funny. Yeah. Watch you say what now?
Watch your mouth, stay safe.
So that's what we have. That's what we got a long way to go. I'm going to calm it down.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go, but I think hold on. Let me see what my partner Michael said, because he's giving us some good stuff. Michael said clear, concise communication levels the playing field, so there aren't any assumptions. That's where folks get in trouble. Same thing I said today. If a person has not said what you think they said, I put on that post I put earlier, it was a woman and a man. The man was filming his wife because she had got tired of his cheating. So she decided she was going to go out and cheat too. So she kept on egging him on.
But she let him know, right?
She let him know. He kept filming. He has her cornered. She's telling, well, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want. And they're going back for 10 or 15 minutes. I ask a question. If things escalate, can you de-escalate? That's all I said. If it escalates, can you de-escalate? The reason I said that, Ivy, is because 90% of the domestic violence murders in America, 90% of the men did not have a felony beforehand. That means they clicked. Most men don't have a 1 through 9. We either go 0 to 10. when it comes to really losing it and getting angry. So this woman comes in, well, why aren't you holding him accountable for his bad behavior? I'm not dealing with that now. I want her to be safe. Get away. She said, wait, no, that's the thing. Weak men like you, that's what you want to do, is you want to come on here and you want to make these statements talking about this, da, da, da. I said, ma'am, I don't know you from Adam, and I could care less what your opinion is. My only concern is her safety. Then finally she said, but you don't want to hold a man accountable. I said, okay, he's a piece of manure. Does that make you feel better? I said, but still, my concern is her safety. You're either projecting or you're assuming, but neither one of those have anything to do with me, because I have not said what you said. Stop creating narrative. If Valencia, if that dude like you ain't got to create no narrative about it. He's going to show it with the effort, with the consistency, with doing the research to get to know you, all those types of things. And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's where we are. But don't worry about it, Alicia. We're going to be here every week from now on. My Monday night show is dedicated to show us how to date you. We'll have a different panel on every week. We might bring the same panel back. I like this panel tonight. We've had a good conversation so far. I got some more women. And right now, I got a woman on here now from Arkansas. I got a lady on here. Well, all of y'all ladies. I'm gonna say I got a lady on here from Arkansas. I got a lady on here that lives in Atlanta by way of Alabama and Portland. I got a lady that lives in Orlando on here right now. So I want to get people all over, and I want them to come over. We're going to ask questions. We're going to talk. But at the end of the day, we're going to be light, and we're going to shed light on this path, especially for my brothers and sisters, to help start fixing these relationships. I'm going to be honest. If you come in here in the comments with the negative bull stuff, I'm going to call you. If you come in here talking about this we stuff like you speaking for everybody else, I'm going to call you on it, because you don't speak for everybody else. You only speak for yourself. And we all, I got a friend right now. He's 64 years old. Corey, he begging to come on the show. I'm going to let y'all have him, though. I ain't going to use me line. I'm going to let y'all have him. He's 64 years old, dating a 23-year-old woman. Okay. And every time I talk to him, he's on the phone arguing with this woman. Every woman I've seen him with is arguing woman. 23, 29, 24. All this, he's arguing. He wants to come on the show. I said, bro, they will eviscerate you. I can hold my own. But I had to tell him eventually, I said, bro, if you keep arguing with all these women, these little girls, first of all, who's the common denominator?
Yeah.
I called him earlier today, and he's on one phone arguing with her on the other line. I said, who you talking to? I said, who you talking to? My little friend. I said, damn, I thought it was your daughter, because it sounded like you was her dad. I said, how you gonna be screwing somebody? I said, that kind of sound like incest to me. Because I wouldn't screw my daughter. That's nasty. And you talking to her like you trying to little girl her like she's your child. So I don't know. I mean, so those I might let us have it, because
he sounds very feminine. He arguing with a woman.
Insecure.
Bless that wonderful name. I'm going to go home. She said he sounds
a lot of that energy.
Some men like
that.
James? Keep them young.
James, what'd you say?
Bless some men like that.
You're not gonna argue with a woman.
I don't argue with women. And you want me to tell her why I don't argue with a woman? I know she's asking. Ivy, you know why I don't argue with a woman? Because I don't argue with nobody I can't fight. I can't fight a woman. So what are we arguing for? So when it gets to that arguing, Valencia, you know what I say? Okay. And I'm done. Because really, when I get mad, I get quiet. When I get really angry, because I know what 10 feels like. When I was a little boy, when I got so angry, I would have to go take a nap because I couldn't control it. You understand what I'm saying? So as I got older, I've learned how to decompress. I'll get in the car, I'll drive, I'll go lay down, take a nap. I'll do whatever. And I'll tell you, if you're trying to press me in a conversation, give me 5 minutes, or I'm not going to talk about this, because I know the end results. And that's why I always say sometimes it's more important to get your point across. I mean, more important to keep the peace than to get your point across. And you can still get your point across, but it's easier to get your point across when you're in a peaceful state. Because can't nobody hear when two grown folk doing this right here. So I'm not arguing with you. I'm sorry. Especially if I like you and I kind of love you a little bit. I'm not gonna argue with nobody because I hold grudges. And I can't shake them. I can't.
Are you saying this type of stuff when you're getting to know somebody?
I ain't getting to know nobody.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Like when within that first that you were saying, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, definitely.
Stage 1, 2. In that conversation, are you
Absolutely.
telling them, okay, look, this is how I am when I'm mad. When I get mad, I get quiet. This is
absolutely.
Are you laying that out in the beginning?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you saying when I get quiet on your ass, leave me alone.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't say it like that. I don't say it like that, but I will say I'm not gonna argue with you. And I'll tell them why I'm not gonna argue. I mean, Corey, you've heard me say that how many thousand times. That's why she told me to say it again right then. Because I don't. And any woman who knows me, I'm not going back and forth with you. I felt bad going back and forth with that woman in the chat earlier today. Because it's just really not me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I came back and cleaned it up at the end. You know what I'm saying? I said, you're right. Because I did agree with her. And I probably could have killed the argument at the beginning if I would have said, I agree with you, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's all I had to say. Simple communication. And that would have solved all of that. If I would have just, and listen to what I just said. Same, and would have had the same effect, shorter conversation. I agree with everything you just said, but unfortunately, sweetheart, or not even sweetheart, because I don't know her. Unfortunately, I don't know what you mean. That wasn't what I was talking about. That wasn't.
You just answered your own question from earlier. I just want you to know that.
Tell me what I do.
When you said, when it escalates, can you de-escalate? That would have de-escalated.
Yeah, but it wasn't me. In my question, though, it wasn't the question wasn't for me. The question was for her. For a woman.
No, I'm not saying like.
Well, I know a man could de-escalate. I know a man could de-escalate. But I'm saying
the moment you can address that okay, you know what, you're right.
Explain what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Just admitting that part.
Yeah.
But de-escalate it.
Absolutely. I always knew that. But my point is, and you're right. We're both right now. So let's make sure we understand that. Corey, explain what I was meaning when I said that, because I think you were trying to explain it right then, Corey.
Yeah, like I think what he's saying is up against a man. As a woman, are you able to de-escalate it? The reality is no, we can't do that because we're up against a man. And like he's saying, a man can go from 0 to 1 like that. We can't handle that. So are you in a position to de-escalate what could be coming to you? No. So why even give him that kind of energy when you know where we stand when it comes to a man?
I know I can de-escalate you. I can look you in your eye, put my hands probably on your shoulder, and say, sweetheart, baby, calm down or whatever. I know I can do that. But when I lose it, because you kept poking the bear, and that bear was a grizzly, you understand what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden,
that's gonna be hard.
Then that's gonna be a hard de-escalation. And so that's why I say before, because it's like a snowball coming down a mountain, right? The more momentum it gets, it's harder to stop it. Now, if I'd have stopped that snowball at the top, I had a chance. So that's why I say, okay, calm down. Let's reapproach. Let's do this another way. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I know I have the power to de-escalate any situation. I can break up fights. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of thing. I can do that. But a lot of times women can't. I'm not going to say most, because I don't like using those type of words. But a lot of times women can't. Michael has one more question. I promise y'all we're going to get out of here. I didn't mean to keep y'all on this late. I know some of us on the East Coast. Michael said, I have a question for the ladies, the women, James. At what point do women consider it too much information on a first date? Who wants to answer that question? I won't make all three of y'all answer, but which one of y'all want to answer that question?
Don't tell me about no financial issues.
Okay.
And I don't want to hear about your ex.
Okay. I used to have that bad. Lord, I had that bad. I had that too bad. Corey, go ahead. You go ahead. She answered. I ain't got to worry about her talking long. Valencia gonna give it to the point. From now on, I'm gonna start giving you multiple choice questions. A. I'm like, she ain't gonna give me. Since she ain't gonna elaborate, I might well just give you a multiple choice question.
I'm just saying, don't tell me about no financial problems and stuff that you
have you had that happen before?
All this. I don't want to hear this. I don't feel like you should really. Regardless of what you're going through, I don't feel like you should, let no woman know that.
Have you had that happen before?
What, like, far as a man talking about
finances?
Yeah.
Did you give him a couple of dollars?
No.
Did he ask for a couple
it's
dollars?
It's a turn off for me. It's a turn off for me. And yeah, and then like a man is,
Appreciate
I mean, this is a man or a woman asking for favors too early. That's a turn off. I mean, like I said, it don't matter if it's a man or if it's a woman. I know it's a turn off. So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I love y'all. I love. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm just gonna keep it real.
Now you talking. Hallelujah. I'm just happy to have you talking. Hold on, right quick. I gotta give you. I got hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me turn the volume all the way up on this. Hold on, Jack. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm keeping y'all up. Hold on.
Really?
He said, "Don't come to me. Don't come talking about your finances."
She gave me a full thought today, y'all. I am so proud of her. We're an hour ahead of you, Valencia. Now, y'all, Valencia filled in tonight. If she had a thought in the comments, so I asked her would she step in, and she did. So I appreciate it. Ivy, which one of you or Coy? Y'all tackle that same question. At what point is it too much, too soon? What subject is off limits? Or too much information too soon in a relationship?
When it becomes more than just about you and what you've been through, like she said, with the finances, yes and no. Unless you're talking to somebody that's in finance, that's something different. But the stuff that you go through may be too much in the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
I love this. Is gonna be fun. I promise this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Can I borrow?
No for me.
Well, between all y'all, can I borrow $15? I just want $5 a piece from each one of y'all.
This is the first day, James. Come on.
Hey, no, Corey, we've been doing this a long time. I need $5 for real. I need $5. No, I'm gonna give all y'all my Cash App, and if all y'all can just send me $4.99, I'll be happy. This has been fun. Hey, y'all, this has been fun. What'd you say? First date, no nose, bunions and bad beard. Boy, you stupid. He said bunion. So don't wear the wrong kind of shoes. We're not talking about women on this show. I told y'all that. We're not bashing women. But if I see some bunions, I probably would be turned off, though. I ain't gonna lie. But if somebody's feet look like hot dogs, I'm throwing up. I'm serious. If their feet look like hot dogs. He said, Michael Smith said, I want to know from an authentic level. Hold on. I want to know from an authentic level, so I'm open to the conversation going wherever as long as no weird stuff is brought up. I'm scared to ask you what weird stuff might be.
What's weird?
Yeah, y'all know I respect the English language, so when you start using pronouns and adverbs and adjectives, I need to know what it's describing and modifying. What are weird stuff? What's weird stuff that you talking about don't want to come up? Oh, don't ask. Okay, I'm gonna take your word over. I'm gonna take your word. Yeah, I think this has been a successful first show to get started again. He said weird science. What y'all think? Y'all think we did okay tonight? Y'all think we did okay?
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you for filling in for me tonight. And Coy, Coy's my sidekick. She's always gonna be here for me. I don't know why she like me. And she's sleepy because she's ready to go to bed. Coy will be up at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning and texting people like it's normal. At 4 o'clock in the morning, like everybody else up too. Girl, everybody else up. I ain't started praying yet. She can get up before the cock crows and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna tell y'all. Hold on. I gotta do it right. Hold on. Coy is a troublemaker. I go with you on. No, she ain't. That's not sweet. But I'm sure. But you're right, Mike. When I bring that 64-year-old man on here, you best believe I'm gonna put Coy on his. I'm gonna let Coy have him. I'm gonna let her have him, and she gonna wear him out. She almost messed up Sansaray one time. She almost ran Angie off one time. I mean, I should have let you get Sansaray that time too, but I messed up. I probably would have went viral that day if I let you go. But hold on, let me put my music on. But no, tonight has been a good show. But if you want to support the platform, of course, you can. You can send stars, you can send Cash App, you can send Zelle, PayPal, all those ways of giving. Listen, it is helpful because I am doing other things with this platform, trying to help it grow. Our Monday night show is going to strictly consist of show us how to date you. So you're going to see different people on here every week. So get prepared for that. Coy, I appreciate you. Ivy, I appreciate you. Y'all got anything y'all want to say in closing before we get out of here? Ivy, you go first.
I'm so glad you guys invited me here. I've enjoyed myself. just understand when it comes to dating women like myself or any of these other women, just know what you want before you approach it.
What about you, my friend Valencia? Let me uncover your face. Let me get these things right. But go ahead. What you have anything you want to say in closing since you're on the show tonight?
Just thanks for allowing me to join tonight, and just make sure you guys date with a purpose.
Make sure what? You broke up a little bit.
Dating with a purpose.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's good. Go ahead. Talk to me, Coy.
Well, I'll say it's okay to know what you want. You should know what you want. Say what you want, but also be who you want as well. Meaning match him.
Okay.
Don't go too far up. Don't go down. Because I'm not going to reach down. I wouldn't expect for him to reach down. So I want to be who I want as well.
That's good. That's good stuff. Ladies, anybody else that want to say, the show is going to be going on and we'll be still reading comments. So if you all want to leave comments and tell how the show blessed you tonight or anything, feel free to do that. I just put an overlay on that says, do you want to be a panelist on the show? If you do want to be a panelist on the show, feel free to email me at info@theintellectualstew.com. Now, I will be honest, just because you asked don't mean you would necessarily get to come. We do have a vetting process. Starting next week, I will be sending out these forms, and you all will have to fill those out and agree to certain things, of course, before you come on the show. But it's been real. It's electronic, so yeah, so it's real simple. You fill it out, it'll come to me in an email, and we'll go with that. Who did you see the most in the comments tonight, Coy?
Lakeisha.
All right. I said Lakeisha shirt. Who was the second person you saw the most in the comments?
Michael.
Who?
Michael.
He came in at the end. He ain't put about 7 comments. We'll figure out. Yeah, he was about 3 or 4 in the beginning. I'm gonna read through the comments and see who gave the most comments. And what I'll do is I'll inbox you and I'll send you a surprise. I'm gonna send you a shirt. Okay. I'm getting ready to launch my new shirt too pretty soon, so y'all get ready for that. But I'm out. It's been real. It's been fun. Gotta go. Didn't mean to be on this long, but conversation was good. But as I always say, Ivy, you know what I tell them every time I leave, Ivy? I tell them this right here. I say that the world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good week, good night, good week, and I'll see y'all next week at 9 p.m. Make sure you tell somebody. These numbers that we see right now should be doubled by next week, and then double after that, and then we're going to grow together, all right? I'm out. Catch up with y'all later.
Good night, ladies. Good night, James.
Good night.